It can be easy to feel helpless against heartburn, but there are so many natural ways that we can support our bodies and feel better. I did hours of research to compile all of the natural remedies for heartburn, and I want to share some of them with you today. If you're new here, I'm Nicole. I love researching and learning about pregnancy, birth, and postpartum and being able to share that with you. Today, we're going to talk about heartburn. We're going to explain why are you experiencing heartburn, when you should be concerned about it, and what to do about it. This is the second in a series of 7 videos covering the top pregnancy symptoms and natural remedies that can relieve the symptoms. I had heartburn almost every night in my 3rd trimester, and it was not fun. Sometimes it kept me from sleeping. Thankfully, my midwife gave me a very simple home remedy that helped the heartburn go away almost instantly so that I could sleep. Let's talk about what is going on in your body and why do you have heartburn. So there's this hormone you might have heard of called progesterone. Imagine that your esophagus is like a food pipe. It's a hallway that carries food down to your stomach. Now at the end of this hallway, there's a door. It's called the lower esophageal sphincter. We'll just call it the LES to keep it simple. So this LES is supposed to stay closed most of the time, and it opens when you eat and drink to let the food into the stomach. However, in pregnancy, the progesterone that your body is producing basically makes the LES not work right because it relaxes everything. So the door can sometimes open when it's not supposed to. So the door basically doesn't work all the time, and it lets stomach acid seep up, and that's why you feel that burning sensation. It can also worsen as your baby grows bigger and it exerts pressure on your stomach, or if you have multiple babies. During pregnancy, your digestion is going to slow down. This allows the baby to absorb the nutrients better, which is good. However, since your food stays in your stomach longer, this can increase the likelihood of acid reflux. There's one other reason why you might have heartburn. You might have heard people telling you,
"Oh, you have heartburn because your baby has hair."
And it is an old wives' tale. However, there might be some truth to it. There was a study done, and I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. Basically, the women who reported higher rates of heartburn, their babies had more hair, and the women who reported lower rates of heartburn, their babies had less than normal hair. So, go figure. But progesterone also modulates fetal hair growth. So, just something interesting. So you're probably wondering, how long am I gonna have this? How bad is this gonna get? It's quite common in pregnancy, actually. It has a 13 to 80% chance of occurring, so kind of a wide range there. It usually hits around the 2nd or 3rd trimester, and usually it will stop after pregnancy. I was so relieved because when I was in my 3rd trimester, as I said, I had it all the time. As soon as I had my baby, it was gone. Amazing. Real quick, we do want to mention a few reasons when you should be concerned if you're having heartburn. I'm going to put them on the screen for you to read. If you are experiencing any of those symptoms or other concerning things, always talk to your provider and keep them updated. So let's jump into the top natural remedies that I found. The first thing you want to do, especially if you're experiencing heartburn when you're sleeping, which is quite common, don't eat right before bed. I know that they say that and then it's like, but I have to eat all the time. I had to eat all the time in pregnancy. So just try to not eat like right before you go to bed, maybe like an hour before. Have your last, little snack of the day. Keep your blood sugar balanced, and this gives your stomach just time to digest and settle. Try to sleep on your left side, which is good for pregnancy anyways, but it does also help with that heartburn. A lot of times we don't eat our meals slowly. I know that I was working and pregnant and I would just, sometimes work right through lunch and be like eating my meal, but it is important to eat slowly, and that really helps the saliva to begin breaking down the food. Another thing that helps with a lot of areas of pregnancy is to eat small meals. This keeps your stomach from getting too full and kind of popping open that LES that we talked about earlier. There are some foods that you can avoid that are commonly triggering foods. I'll put them up on the screen here for you to read. So just take note of these foods, especially if you find that one's triggering your acid reflux, and just try to stay away from it. You can also chew gum after meals. I will link our favorite sugar-free gum that is actually also good for your teeth and good to help your baby avoid cavities. So multiple benefits there. But this does stimulate saliva production and help it begin breaking down the food as well. And also for meals, just avoid drinking water with your meal. Try to drink it like around the meal time and kind of like pace it out. And that just also helps your stomach from becoming too full. This next one I had never heard of before making this video, but there was actually a study done on it that shows that it decreases heartburn, and that is to eat 8 to 10 raw almonds after a meal. And the almonds will actually neutralize your stomach acid, and they're also anti-inflammatory, so they do help a lot. You can eat them throughout the day, but I have seen most things that say eat them after your meal. And the last natural tip that I have for you in this video, papaya enzymes. You can get them in a little chewable format, and I will link them below in the description, but they're recommended by a lot of midwives and doulas, and they do reduce the stomach inflammation. So those help a lot. You can just take one after a meal or kind of before bed whenever you're struggling with that heartburn, and it should help your body out. And like I said, there are so many more natural remedies that I found. I did put them in an easy to read format in an ebook, along with 7 other pregnancy symptoms you may have come across already, or you may come across in your pregnancy. So be sure to grab that in the description below. And I hope that you start experiencing less heartburn and able to get the sleep that you need and the rest that is so important. And just remember, honor your body, mama.